Most likely eyewitnesses were smashed in the explosion.
Be careful out there.
Composition
You'd think one of them would pop up on some list.
Ah, Agent Singh, great poker player. I still owe him 100 credits. So I hope his incursion with the Jinn lasts another few months. You know, maybe he'll forget I owe him the money.
The explosives were designed to get maximum spread. We're advising people to stay at home.
Ah, the elusive Radic Nikoladze. This guy's a piece of work, driven and ruthless. When he came up, he was the youngest boss in the Diwali crime family. The man spends more money on suits than most people spend on their houses. But don't let the looks and the haute couture fool you. He's the boss, he's in control, and he's squashed more than a few people who've tried to take him down along the way.
We're advising people.
Oh, here we go. One of the Diwali crime family. As you may already know, they're one of the largest crime syndicates in Eastern Europe, but they do business almost everywhere, from Northern Europe all the way to the Middle East. After their humble beginnings in a coastal town in Georgia, the Diwali quickly moved from gambling to more lucrative criminal enterprises until they found their specialty, smuggling, which includes human trafficking too. The Diwali can get anything to anywhere. It's as if borders just don't exist to them. But their rapid expansion came at the cost of their Georgian purity when they started incorporating an ever-increasing number of Russians into the group. If you ask me, I think a major power struggle is coming within the Diwali. One of the old versus the new. The past versus the future.
Composition could tell us a lot, but it's the trigger that... really does the talking.
Hey, Agent Jensen, nice work in Dubai. But still, you know what I want to know is who those odd-up guys in the gold mask...
Ghosts.
I'll be compiling all the case files, and as soon as I know anything, it'll be up on the board.
The problem with the collectors is that they branded themselves as online Robin Hoods.
Otar Botkavelli. This guy's a classic. They don't make many like him anymore. Sharp mind, a real businessman. One of those gangsters who thinks that crime is a necessary evil. No, if it's gonna happen, he's there to make sure people have respect and make good money. Good business. Ah, the Diwali called this guy Constantine. Like that's supposed to be intimidating, right? We don't have a last name for Constantine, but until his death in the Rizika bombings, he was a high-placed member of the Diwali crime family, answering to Otar Botkavelli. We suspect he has lots of connections in the upper echelons of the organization, all the way up to Radic Nikoladze and beyond. Between you and me, I suspect that he's a Khan, a spy that watches a Diwali lieutenant closely to make sure he doesn't make a move on the boss.
Saying it was faulty wiring.
Our arms dealer Shepard, aka John Trent, is a former Special Forces commander and ex-Bell Tower operative. And as is typical for those ex-Bell Tower employees, he's been selling off old Bell Tower tech and weapons. But we don't need to worry about him anymore. He was killed by those gold mask guys in Dubai. I would have thought you had your fill of these guys since Dubai, Jensen. The Jinn, a group of smugglers led by twin brothers Salar and Wazim Alam. Their exact base of operations is unknown, but it's most likely in Muscat, Oman. The brothers Alam have been in operation since 2020, and have greatly expanded their operations since then, recruiting mercenaries, ex-military, nationalistic agitators, and other colorful criminal agitators from Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and the surrounding region. They deal in drugs, weapons, medical implants, augs, and they occasionally throw in some human trafficking.
These guys might as well be ghosts.
I'd love to get a look at the bonfire myself, but no dice, not our show. It just relies on public What I hear, the explosives were designed to get maximum spread.
Access granted.
You'd think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere.
Keep digging. No, that's not consistent with the train station counter. Is it or is it not a probable target?
This is so weird.
Maybe whoever's in charge doesn't want anyone to do it. Most likely, that's not consistent with the train.
You'd think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere.
I don't even know where to start with theorizing percentages. Keep digging.
Dr. Ozen, you have an outside call cleared and waiting. Category Agent is on.
This is so weird.
Agent Noise, report to Agent Creepy. Fully urgent.
Negative. They're saying it was faulty wire.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard Sister Airlines Flight 451 were killed when an augmented passenger broke into the plane.
Adam, how's it going? Any trouble with the plant?
Patience, Alex. Trying to find the best way to access the motherboard without blowing my cover.
Sorry, man. Message received.
Conducting an actual investigation.
You'd think one of them would pop up.
Preemptive action would be great.
I think Singh's got some kind of adrenaline addiction. He plays it too close to the edge. He made it out of fun. Singh would be dead.
Well, you know what? I think you're right.
Access granted.
Information archived within the walls of Palisade is beyond the legal jurisdiction of any government.
I've run DNA checks through all the outlets.
Is now and forever will be best secure for whoever's in charge.
Around the clock and around the world.
Walker and Hall report to briefing Academy orientation to the briefing room. Thank you. Report to Agent fully urgent.
Devastating terror attack. Dozens were killed.
Urgent. Academy orientation. Agent report to Agent fully urgent.
These guys might as well be ghosts.
All necessary that Dr. Townsend, leader of the Augmented Rights Coalition, took up residence in the neighboring Clearlight complex. Dr. Russell claims his organization and merely seeks to ensure the rights of the augmented.
You'd think one of them would pop up on some list
The
somewhere.
United Nations said to defend human restoration rights for This is Alaska Sun, reporting to you live from
Agent Jensen! I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet agencies. Nothing.
It is Jensen, yes?
And now,
Agent Singh. Wasn't expecting to see you again. In civvies, at least.
Just passing through. I wanted to thank your team for the backup in Dubai. That sting went to hell faster than the storm did.
You're welcome. But I don't think you came all this way to say thanks.
Director Miller asked me to get Agent McCready up to speed. Now I have the red-eye flight back to Oman.
Headed into the field office there?
Not exactly. One of our black sites. I'll be dropped in as a captured enemy combatant. After I contact my fellow Jinn prisoners, I shall lead a very convenient escape.
Re-embedding with the Jinn. Aren't you taking a big risk, given everything that happened?
No choice. That ambush knocked everyone on their asses. TF-29, Bell Tower, the Jinn. To cover all the angles, I need to go back. Hopefully my cover is still good. You killing the signal booster at the hotel should help.
You're thinking the Jinn can get a beat on our gate crashers faster than TF-29.
Perhaps. They do not like loose ends. An augmented kill squad with military training. Have you ever seen anything like it?
Yeah, once. But it's a long story. Did we get anything out of the cleanup operation?
Mostly corpses. Heavily augmented, as you know. Under those gold masks, they were ID scrubbed. No prints, no dentals, no DNA match. Professional.
Could still be ex-Bell Tower.
plenty of men and material went AWOL after the incident. A competing faction that listened in on Shepard's sale.
It's a possibility. The audits and investigations of Bell Tower will go on for years before we know how many rats jumped from that ship. At least we recovered the weapons. Unlisted, high spec, military-grade augmentation. Enough to build another couple of you. That is a joke.
Right. It's the world we live in. Anyone with an exemption to the weaponized augment ban is a useful tool. Or a terrorist. Whoever they were, they knew exactly when the deal was going down. Any chance they were based locally, in Dubai?
No. After the incident, Dubai became the world's most luxurious tombstone. Perfect for the Jinn, but for no one else.
I thought human augmentation was frowned on in the Middle East. Why was Dubai hit so hard?
Because it was another world. Two other worlds, in fact. One of extreme augmentations in gold or crystal, and one of thousands of workers outfitted for construction. Then, that day.
I know.
No, Agent Jensen, you could not. Some called it divine punishment. But that day was not the work of a merciful God.
I don't envy what you've got ahead of you.
Actually, I'm looking forward to it. The truth is, when you've been under for long enough, you only feel like an imposter out here, in the real world.
Yeah, I understand the feeling.
Terrifying memories of that day still haunt me.
Agent Jensen! DNHX through all the alphabet agencies. Nothing.
Half the cybercrimes division is combing the web for any
It is Jensen.
mystery guys from Dubai. It's not really our area of expertise.
Anonymity, security. These are the greatest concerns of the digital age.
Is there something I can help you with, Agent?
I hear you're on point looking into the gold mask mercs that hit us in Dubai. Any leads yet?
Christ, I know I'm good, Jensen, but I've only been on it for 5 minutes.
A lot can happen in 5 minutes, McCready. You checked with the ME yet? Get anything off the bodies we recovered?
Leftovers are on ice at the Oman substation. I've been told they were scrubbed clean as summer whites. No prints, no dental, no nothing.
So in other words, it's no steps forward and 2 steps back.
For now. That's why it's a good thing you disabled the Jinn's comms booster in Dubai. Singh's cover with the Jinn is still intact. I'm hoping once he's back in Basra, he can use his network to dig around. Maybe these gold mask jokers will ping locally. Probably another fucking jihad looking to make some noise.
I don't know. I'm not so sure we should be looking for these guys in the desert.
Ah, is that so? You have some new information you feel like sharing?
Come on, McCready. These guys were augmented with military-grade hardware. Body augmentation goes against Muslim beliefs. They weren't jihadists. We're dealing with something new here.
I can see where you're going with this, Jensen, and I'm asking you right now to back off it. It's not your case.
Come on, McCready. We're not a couple of beat cops filling a monthly quota here. This isn't about whose collar it is. It's about getting the people responsible. Full stop.
Look, I get what you're saying, but I'm working a $5 investigation on 50 cents worth of shit. I've got speculation to spare, mate. Listen, I know I come off strong. I've got 3 ex-wives that'll back that up. But that's just how I'm built. Putting on a show for the new guys isn't going to change what's underneath.
I can appreciate that kind of honesty.
Good. So when I say I'm impressed with how you handled yourself in Dubai, you can appreciate that I meant it. With that sandstorm giving us colonics, stripping the juice box out the chopper was an inspired choice. But that mission is over, and your involvement in it ends now. Got it?
Yeah. But tell me, why do you think the bodies from Dubai were sent to Oman?
Fuck knows. Rumor is that Oman was pissed that we got the green light for the gig in the first place. Can't blame them, really.
You don't think it's strange we got the call over them?
I stopped questioning the logic of the big noise a long time ago. What I'm told is we were the only team ready to go.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So then you know what I know. That everything?
How the hell did you get such a sunny disposition anyway, McCready?
Knowing about me is not going to make us friends, Jensen. But I'll humor you. Fine. I joined regular army straight out of secondary school, made UKSF at 25 and was recruited into the SRR 4 years later.
Special Reconnaissance Regiment. That's an elite unit.
Oh yeah, it's very glamorous. All champagne and blowjobs.
So what happened?
After 12 years hunting terrorist shitbirds across every desert on the face of the earth, I found there was no fucking end to the evil this world churned out. I couldn't see the point in what we were doing anymore. So I quit.
So what brought you back to the life?
I suppose it was purpose. A tool without a job to do can only grow rust. So here I am, back in it, serving my purpose. As a tool yourself, mate, you should understand that, yeah?
Yeah, I got it. It was nice talking to you, McCready.
No, it wasn't.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard Sister Airlines flight 4
It is Jensen. God, I just want to retreat into my skull.
If we want to catch Janus, we're going to have to get creative because
First the
nothing
Dubai
currently
mission.
I've got the
known
Hennessy
exists.
from in Dubai.
This is a week for the record
We have
books.
been suffering flashbacks to the AUG incident. That horrible day 2 years ago when augmented people
These guys might as well be ghosts.
flew into a psychotic killing spree, causing the greatest loss of life in recent history. I cannot speak for you folks, but terrifying memories of that day still haunt me. It will certainly be a while before any of us forget it. This is Eliza.
You'd think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere.
From Picus.
Exclusivity, anonymity, security. These are the greatest concerns of the digital age. And we at Palisade Property Bank have made addressing those concerns priority one.
I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet
Palisade
agencies.
Property
Nothing.
Bank is beyond the legal jurisdiction of any government. Assured anonymity. Palisade Bank Corporation is now and forever will be the best secure corporate archiving company in the world.
You'd think one of them would pop up on some list
Around
somewhere.
the world. Picus News. Always watching. Because you are always watching.
Look, I'm going as fast as I can.
Turning now to Prague, a city still reeling in the wake of a devastating terror attack. Dozens were killed and hundreds more injured.
These guys might as well be ghosts.
Bombs exploded inside Ruzicka train station.
I guess the transit authority isn't in as much of a hurry as you are.
Jensen!
Attack to strike Prague in 6 months.
I should
All of
probably
them
shut that
occurring
down.
after Dr. Tallis Rucker, leader of the augmented Ryzen.
It is Jensen. Yes?
Fully urgent.
It's gonna take them a while to piece the mix together.
Ensure the Ryzen's United Nations.
These are the chances you need. I'm starting to rush.
The LZ's totally overrun.
Smart move. They don't want to be caught in the dragnet.
Right now, I think my blood is about to. I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet agencies. The train station is spotty. You'd think one of them would pop up on some list.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet agencies. No.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access denied.
Listen up, team. What's their status? Where was that chopper headed?
I have 3 airfields in Qatar that are promising, but they're privately owned, and nobody can get close enough to take a look.
I got a whole lot of nothing.
So, you've decided you need some practice, huh? You know the best tip my training officer ever gave me? Reload your weapon before it's empty. Saves time. If you zoom in using iron sight, you'll acquire targets faster. Try it. You'll see the difference. Of course, you know a headshot is the fastest way to take down a target, but watch out for helmets. They'll slow you down. If your target is wearing armor, you'll do less damage per round. See how many rounds it takes to get through? Let's try armor piercing this time. Remember that, Agent. The right tool for the right situation. Could save your life. Now, let's take a look at the technical targets. These are tougher to disable using regular ammo. They tell me shooting security devices isn't usually the best way to go. You should try to disable them. Once you've disabled a security device, your armor-piercing rounds will take it out more easily. You should always have at least one backup weapon, so you can improvise, adapt, overcome any situation. Hoorah! Seems like you're warmed up now. Let's go over some of the other aspects of your weapons. I like how silencers reduce sound, but the trade-off is less stopping power, less damage per hit. See how much extra ammo you need because of the silencer? Back to normal. But if you need to be quiet, Adam, The silencer's the way to go. Just remember the decreased damage. You know, there are several other types of attachments you can use to upgrade your weapons. Keep your eyes open for them. Again, reloading your weapon before it's empty saves time. The pistol in full auto will take down targets fast, but it'll burn through your ammo. That's your refresher, but I'm sure you already knew all that stuff, Adam. Feel free to come back anytime.
Hey, Adam. Hey, Adam. Hey, Adam, hang on a sec. Filling out supply request forms for McCready and his boys is tedious as hell, but I don't want to give him another reason to say no.
Say no to what?
Are you kidding me? Right now, you're the only active augmented agent we have. I'm hoping to change that, been asking him every week practically, but so far, permission denied.
Really? He gave you a reason?
Says my stress levels are too high. Told me I should sign up for meditation classes and drag Chang in with me so he'd chill out and stop changing security codes all the time. It sucks, because I really wanted to find out who those crashers in Dubai were.
I still can't believe Miller gave the gold mask case to McCready.
Oh, I'm sorry, Adam. You were there too. You're probably as pissed about those guys getting the drop on the team in Dubai as McCready is. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't been there. Agent Singh might have been killed.
You were saying your stress levels were affecting your chances of becoming a field agent. Why is that?
I have a rare resistance to neuropazine. I need more than the average person, especially in stressful situations. They say I'd be too expensive, so it's not just discrimination. That would be easier to deal with. It's a combination of things.
Well, that combination of things is pretty bad in Prague, and getting worse.
I know. But Interpol was the only agency who would give me a chance, and this is where I was assigned. I have no problem with that. I'll take whatever they throw at me.
Good.
It took me months of rehabilitation, getting used to the new arm, learning how to shoot again, learning how to tie my own boots. But I did it, and I'm better than I was before. I want to help, and I can. My place is out there in the field where I can make a difference. You know that. And if you can do it, so can I.
Don't give up, Aria. Semper Fi.
Hoorah.
After the bombing, when Chang changed all the locks and codes, was he under orders? Was there a credible threat to our location?
Maybe, but I don't think so. You know how he gets. Still, he wasn't the only one overreacting this time. A lot of people have been here for over 36 hours, and the state police have not exactly been cooperative.
I can imagine.
It took several hours before we got the security footage from the train station and the surrounding streets. It's like they don't trust Interpol. It's weird. I can almost understand Chang's paranoia.
Well, Chang doesn't trust anyone, especially anyone in law enforcement.
Well, if you thought he was high-strung before, the attack only made him more manic. He's making connections no one else sees, and some that may not be there.
Explosions tend to damage things like sensitive electronic equipment.
Right? Try telling him that.
Well, I better let you get back to work.
Yeah, sure. Talk to you later.
I don't want any trouble.
Cože? Tahle lavička je pro natura. Jenom pro natura. Dejte mi pokoj. Jo, já ti dám pokoj. Jestli v okamžitě nevypadne, dám ti pokoj.
That's quite a look.
I don't even know.
Make the best of it, he says. What junk. Can't defend against that kind of thing.
Love this stuff.
Co chcete? Popovídat si?
Hey, you! We got multi-tools for sale
Was that a
inside.
malfunction? Just make it through this shift. They revoke people's permits for less than that, you know. I gave the police a list of all the renters in my building that I suspect of being augmented. What did you do that for? I'm protecting the real people in the building. And most of them on that list are a few months late with their rent anyway. Looks like everyone's bad.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Chang, I think I have something on our secret admirer. Group called Samizdat. Mean anything to you?
You mean those conspiracy nuts? Very bad for business. How much do they know?
Not sure. Good news is I got an exact location.
Find out whatever you can. What they know, what they want. If they blow the task force's cover, it's only a matter of time before someone blows up the task force.
Don't worry, Chang. I don't want the walls coming down just yet.
Nice coat.
Come in.
You look just like those terrorists.
Rather and stay quiet.
How interesting.
Spanish flu.
A lot of business people.
That's impossible. We eradicated Spanish flu decades.
Until yesterday, I would have agreed with you. If I took a dead 4 months.
Move it along. Hand them over.
All of this and more.
What? Leave me alone.
Okay, until tomorrow. Goodbye.
I have to take a closer look at this.
Can't believe we got stuck down here.
Terrifying.
Nemůžu se dočkat.
I was just waiting for an explosion.
I told you we were going to be fine.
Of course I can.
You did.
Safety measures go through the roof. This is the same thing. Terrorists blow up the train station. Safest place to be after that.
Mohlo by se to rozšířit po celé Evropě.
On a train. One step at a time. Just remember that.
Když se podívám, co tady ty augové napáchají.
Things are about to get really bad for us. How can they get any worse? We're already hated.
Fucking the valley runs.
I will pretend I didn't see that. Whole department is corrupt.
Ah, customer, right? Over here. What you need?
Department is corrupt.
fortress of solitude. But until then, I have to reiterate.
Ah, customer, right? Over here. What you need?
Did you meet the couple yet?
Takovýhle zprávy se na tajku nedají.
Yes? My album is out and I can't find it anywhere in the city. I think a music shop would have it.
How are they taking it?
Can't defend against that kind of thing.
Haven't heard much about this Task Force 29 division lately. The one Interpol created in 28 after that quote-unquote horrifying breakdown of cooperation with the intelligence agencies.
Ah, customer, right? Over here. What you need?
I heard a bunch of runaways live down in the sewers.
Spare credits for food?
My God.
It can't be real. Who cares? if
I'll
it
take
isn't?
anything
It's
you
from
could
Memory.
spare.
Unwanted misfits banding together and carving up voices. It's for the red town. You need to grow up.
Really? Sounds like some crazy pseudo-religion to me. Who else will take care of it?
Who listens to that garbage?
What did she say?
Do not mind me, I was just leaving.
I don't usually blurt out my political views to people on the street, but I just want to...
This is no way for me.
Bratře do golemu.
I used to have dreams.
Šílenec.
I'm telling you, I hear whispers in the wall.
They speak the truth.
You sure it's not in your head, brother?
Shh.
Beep, clack, clack, typing. Computers, don't you hear it?
I don't hear it.
And many of the protests have turned violent. This escalation in the violence and rhetoric has only widened the gap and polarized the dialogue on both sides of the issue. We will be watching the UN closely. Any break in the story. This is the last.
Then segue with earthquakes and clones on Dubai and finish with local. What are we on proud of?
You're asking what the right question. Still needs an end.
You said that place is a front for a front. I want to know more. I want facts. Bones, what about you?
I still think we should lead with Moonbase.
He's right. Moonbase is sexy.
Since when are we trying to be sexy? Do I look like Eliza Kazan to any of you?
You absolutely do not.
Deep breath, people. Let's take a minute to think about who we are, what it is we're trying to accomplish here.
Information.
Don't shoot!
Shit.
We're journalists!
Who invited the agent type?
Who are you? What do you want? Why are you here? You here because of the Dubai story? The article about the moonbase? The clones on the moonbase? Who sent you?
I'm here for Sam's dad. Are you in charge?
I take charge, but I'm not in charge, man. No one owns or dictates the truth. Freedom of information is a collective right, and a collective responsibility. That said, you're gonna break someone's nose, you break my nose.
I didn't come here to break anything. I just need you to cooperate.
I spent my 20s in a commune, man. I'm all about cooperation.
Good. It's about something you've been looking into. It's making some people nervous. What do you know about Praha Dovos?
Oh, that little import company? I know there's more than boxes in the basement. We've seen agent types come in and out. The place is a curtain. The first in a series of men. Pull them all back and you'll find... them. Tell me I'm wrong.
It's a dead end.
Right. Guys like you always come down here because of dead ends.
Fine. Then what if it's something other people are already looking into? If someone like you makes too much noise, that may compromise any chance they have of uncovering something bigger. Do you understand?
I'm supposed to believe we're colleagues now? You men in black types, you walk into Pike's newsroom, tell them to be hush-hush about something, and they do it. But that's not how it works here. One day, you will all be exposed. If not by me, then someone just like me. Samizdat isn't one voice. K isn't one man.
What exactly do you do down here?
Samizdat is a media uprising, while Picus panders to corporate tyranny and government bullshit, we pump out the truth. We uncover it, we write it, we publish it. We get our noses broke for it.
So you print pamphlets?
Well, we do a lot more than that. We got ways of getting into Picus Media Network. That's how we disseminate information.
Information you get by hacking into places you shouldn't.
The truth is buried. If digging it up means skirting a few rules, so be it.
What did you mean when you said K wasn't one man?
K is an ideal, the intangible leader of tangible resistance. You can kill me, but then little K would become K. Kill little K and Bones over there becomes K. There's always a K.
And what if you kill Bones?
You can't kill Bones, man. Bones isn't real. I think he was one of them. He was supposed to be a prince of Belgium, man, but then he broke his condition. We found him inside this fucking cult, all confused, so we reprogrammed him with the truth.
Right. Suppose I needed to make a deal with Sam's dad. There's no one person I can talk to?
Depends on the deal. I mean, there's always going to be an editor. Editor makes the final call on all published material. That would be me.
So you could ensure that something doesn't get talked about?
Depends on the deal.
I need you to stop looking into Brahadovos, but not for the reason you assume.
Relax, I get it. You don't think I do, but I do. You've got to appease your military-industrial masters. We've all been there, man.
I'm not who you think I am. Kinds of people who manipulate the news, who cover things up. You don't need to convince me that's who the enemy is.
The enemy is anyone who conceals the truth. And that's exactly what you're asking me to do. To pretend like that little import company isn't hiding something.
I'm asking you to see a difference between conspiracy and discretion. Between people who hide information in order to push their own agendas and those who need to stay off the radar in order to do their jobs. You, of all people, should understand.
Okay. Okay, look. You seem like a reasonable guy. Huh? Hell, I've usually been punched by now. I find this refreshing. Here's the deal. We promise to forget all about Brahadovos and stay out of your way as long as you give us something better.
What do you suggest?
The only thing I hate more than secret organizations are toothless media conglomerates who don't hold anyone accountable, who spit lie after lie after lie. So I propose a trade. There are places my people can't get into. You get into one of those places and find me some dirt on the real enemy here. Picus Media. Do that, and I'll cut whatever you want me to cut. Who knows? Maybe you'll even learn something.
Alright, what do you want to know about Picus?
I want skeletons! The kind that companies like Picus come all the way to Prague just to bury. Corporate archiving, man.
Corporate archiving, huh? You asking me to break into a bank?
I'm not talking vaults here. Ashani Talvar, the Palisade CEO. She leverages her clients, keeps information about them close at hand. She's got something on Picus, I know it. I just can't get to it, but I bet you could. You poke into her office, find something that proves how nasty Picus is, how much they love to piss on the truth, and I promise you this. I'll misplace any file you want.
I'll look into it. In the meantime, don't publish anything until I get back.
Don't worry. Oh, and while you're there, feel free to snoop around. Who knows what else you might learn.
We'll see.
This organization is peaceful and merely seeks to ensure the rights of the But with the United Nations set to debate the Human Restoration Act in a matter of weeks, a good dog is changing his tunes. Your guess is as good as mine. This is Eliza Casano.
I finally got through to my contact in the trade office. He says to fuck off.
Keep trying, Bones. Keep giving them out.
And now for a close look at the events making headlines.
I still think we should lead with Moonbase.
Radio stations continue to praise the Juggernaut Collective, an elusive vigilante hacker, for exposing big money corruption. What these journalists overlook, however,
Think of us as counterculture patriots. Our mission? To inform people, to offer an alternative to Picus.
Their job, when the collective leaked classified corporate documents.
I should get out of here.
Get up!
What does hypothermia feel like?
I don't usually blurt out my political views to people on the streets, but I just want you to know. What they are doing to you all...
What do you think you're doing?
Stop that before someone sees you.
There's going to be a candlelight vigil next Monday in front of the former Lynn Clinic. It would be really nice if you all had people.
What today?
Of course I get stuck out here. Permit validation office is closed. It's always closed.
Be ready.
Passengers aboard Sister Airlines Flight 451 were killed when an plane's cockpit butchered its flight crew. Details recovered from the black box recorder suggest that the man may have been suffering flashbacks to the AUG incident. That horrible day 2 years ago when augmented people all over the world flew into a psychotic killing spree, causing the greatest loss of life in recent history. I cannot speak for you folks, but terrifying memories of that day still haunt me. It will certainly be a while
I got him!
Picus. Exclusivity. Anonymity.
Listen to that garbage.
The city's still reeling in the wake of a devastating terror attack. Dozens were killed and hundreds more injured yesterday when bombs exploded inside Rosica train station. I do not need to remind you folks that this is the third such attack to strike Prague in 6 months. All of them are carrying out
Non sta niente a te!